Hi there. So, another disaster at the cottage, I'm sorry to report. I put a picture of the stool and everything. My husband was sat on this stool. Now, it was broken, and the way it was broken was that they're hydraulic. You know, they go up and down. They should go up and down. So it was right up to the top, quite high, and it wouldn't go down. But anyway, so we kept using it. And my husband sat on it, and he was talking to one of our builders, and he sat on it, and it just shattered. He didn't fall, it didn't break on the floor. He sat on it, and because of the hydraulic pressure, it exploded. It cut all his pants. It's cut his leg, right at the top of his leg, in 3 places. Well, you can see how sharp the shards are. And it didn't need, hospital treatment or anything like that. But yeah, it was pretty nasty. So the other one, the good one, is going in the bin as well. We're going to take him to the tip. Too dangerous. I would never buy anything like that again. It's different with the hydraulic computer chair that's all padded and, but these you can see are just sheer plastic. Really dangerous. But anyway, so he's lived to tell the tale. So I thought I'd tell you about that. I'm doing plant care at the moment. Whoops, Daisy. I bought this lovely new one. I'll put it in a terracotta pot. I've repotted it. The pot was like miniature, so I'm hoping that'd be nice. Giving it a feed. I always use all-purpose Miracle Grow. Always. I'm giving that a good feed. I got a lovely variegated rubber plant. I've never had one of these before. As a matter of fact, I've never seen one before. So that can sit next to my other lovely rubber plant. So anyway, yeah, disaster at the cottage. Let's hope that is the end of it. First it was me with my fingers, and which is still not right. But anyway, they're getting better, but I think they're going to be scarred. Anyway, so there we are. First it was me, and then my husband. So what I do with these plants usually is I wipe them down with a cloth, or every now and again like these, just warm water on a piece of kitchen towel or something, keep the dust off. But, in the 70s, we had all these plants, rubber plants, and these Monstera delicosa, cheese plant, in other words. We had all these, and we were putting this oil stuff on to make them all shiny and everything. I don't know if any of you remember that. Oil up your rubber plant, No wonder they were dying left and right, because they couldn't breathe. They had oil all over them. Crazy, isn't it? Absolutely bonkers. But anyway, we did it. We thought it was fashionable and we thought it was great. But now I spray them with water. So there we are. Right, talk about Thrifty. This is going to be the most gorgeous, gorgeous lunch. I went to the shop this morning, and there was a knockdown bag of ready washed and ready to go broccoli and cauliflower. I put some mushrooms. They were also on sale. Everything was knocked right down, but perfectly fresh and good. Right, so that's that. And these are a few, and when I say a few, I mean a few, of my new potatoes. I know they're tiny and everything. I harvested them too quick. But that's okay, it doesn't matter. They were just from old bits of spud that I put in. So I'm going to have those, and I'm going to roast them. I'm going to cook them. I think these are done actually. I think they're done. So I'll switch those off because I'm going to put them in the air fryer, and I'm going to not sure whether I'm going to put chicken with it or have it with a vegetarian, but you could put chicken and sprinkle cheese on top as well. So I'll show you when I've finished it. It's dead simple and cheap as chips. So I've just put in another, but I decided to do it in this pan because it's bigger. So I've just put in a knob of butter, some black pepper, and some garlic salt. And I'm just going to put that on high. It's fully cooked. I just want to sort of sear it a little bit. It smells good. You know, you could almost make not a hobby, but a project. You could almost make projects out of doing this. Like going to the supermarket every day and, you know, rooting around their fruit and veg, what they've got knocked down. And, you know, you can eat healthy, cheaper and better than you can eat, you know, convenience foods that are full of preservatives and what have you. There's nothing in that. The veg, there's nothing in. You know, no harmful, hopefully anyway. I grew the potatoes, the mushrooms, and you know, I think that you could really take this to another level, shopping and eating like this, and get everything. There's probably people that do it all the time, you know, but anyway, I'm just trying to sear this, and then I'm going to sprinkle some cheese on top. I've got some ready-made chicken. Not sure if I'm going to put it in this. It's nice as it is. There we are. I'll show you when it's served. I sprinkled a little bit of cheese on top. And it's a really, really gorgeous, healthy meal. I didn't add the chicken. I don't think it needed it. It's so delicious. So there you are. So I might make this a bit of a hobby. You know, seeing what I can scavenge and making it into something really, really, really good. So it started. Beautiful colours, aren't they? Started. Autumn's here. Definitely. Right, I took the bull by the horns. All these shrubs were massive. They were, not only were they high, they were wide and they had a lot of depth. So much so that they swamped that bird bath there, came right out. We've drastically chopped them back. So now I've got what I've wanted for ages, a big wide border in that area there and a narrow pathway. If you can hear the rain, I'm underneath a big umbrella, golf umbrella, because it's raining, but I did want to show it to you. Yeah, so there we are. So next summer, late spring, summer, this is going to be, you won't be able to see any soil. It'll be absolutely crammed with cottage. Whoops, I'm dropping my umbrella. It'll be absolutely crammed with cottage garden flowers. There's a couple of hydrangeas. Well, there's 3 hydrangeas, and there's shrubs. There's a spirea at the back that was in bad shape. Beautiful spirea. I think it's a purple one. There was hang on, I've got to just reposition this, brolly before let's see. There was a What else? Oh, there's a lovely dog rose, absolutely beautiful, magenta colour. That was being swamped by those shrubs there. The shrubs came right out to where the Japanese Acer is, and just, and I just dug in front of that couple of foot, but then I decided to do this and extend it totally. Oops, a bit muddy as well. It's muddy, but you won't see any soil at all. It'll be crammed in the summer, next summer. Really looking forward to it. It'll be crammed with cottage garden. It'll be cottage garden plants. But everything will come out. Even that spirea there, it's going to really bush out and be... I'm just going to keep it to that height, but it can be a little bit wider, of course, and thicker and healthier. So yeah, the coneflowers I put a lot of Japanese anemone, pink and white. They should be quite spectacular next year. Put all sorts of things. A couple of roses that I've grown from sprits. The red one I grew from a bit that I took from my neighbours. This one here that I've just put in, I grew from a sprit. And that is the most gorgeous yellow one. I'll show you that. Yellow with pink, I think it is. So yeah. So I put in a few, the Great Mullen, and put that in. You can always move that statue, just put it there for now. When things start to bush out. These bear's britches, they absolutely swamp the place. So I'm just going to keep them small. There's nothing saying that you can't chop outer branches off and keep them how you want them exactly. About that size would do me, actually. Yeah, so it's going to be nice. Put a few hydrangeas in there. The hydrangea, lots and lots and lots of the Japanese anemones. So, I've also refurbed this bench, painted it green, and the wrought iron. I put that Rust-Oleum on it, and it goes black and shiny. I love it. So let's see if I can show you. So I hope you've enjoyed your visit to the cottage garden today, and I'll see you next time. Meanwhile, lots of love from the land of mist and legend. Bye for now.